After all the things that I have seen. After all the things I have done. I cannot escape the course my life has taken. Now I am beyond redemption. I just hope you can forgive me someday. Yours sincerely, Anthony Beechworth. Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play The Last Door. So, as you can tell, this is a point-and-click horror adventure game, especially with that rather macabre introduction. I believe that this game was probably inspired by a lot of old-school Sierra games like the King's Quest, Police Quest, and Space Quest series, as you can tell by the graphics. And this is another one of those games that proves that you really don't need good graphics to have a wonderful game. If you like a good story, and if you love something eerie or spooky, this Let's Play is definitely for you. And for some reason there seems to be a theme of crows. This game, at this point in time, is still in its development. So right now, at the time of me uploading this, there's only 4 episodes to this. Eventually they'll add on more as the game goes on. So here we are in October of 1891. And there happens to be the protagonist. Videt ne quisiat. That was all my childhood friend Anthony Beechworth had written in his letter. It had been many years since I had heard that sentence. It was the motto of the science and philosophy group that we had secretly run as students, back when we were in that secluding boarding school in Scotland. But we had left it all behind, like mere childhood memories. That letter was unusual. It could only mean something awful must have happened. Something that must remain absolutely secret. I had to find out on what was going on. Without delay, I took the first morning train to Sussex and made my way to the address on the letter. Okay, I'm sorry everybody, I know that this is cutting away from the melancholy of this scene so far, but what kind of a frickin' name is Sussex? Sorry. Anyways, I'll be cracking stupid jokes here and there to add as comic relief, because this game is pretty grim and it is pretty scary. And there it was, the old house of Anthony's family, the Beechworth Manor. Episode 1, The Letter. And here we are. As you can tell, this game has some pretty Victorian-esque themes to it, judging by the way that the people dress here. And that is quite a stylish top hat. And this is a very standard point-and-click adventure game. Like, this is as simple as it gets. You only left-click, you don't even have to right-click. So whenever you get this magnifying glass, it means that you can examine. The fields surrounding the house stretch majestically as far as the eye can see. I did not know Anthony was the owner of such property. Yeah, I didn't realize that your childhood friend here was one rich little fool. Now what have we got here? A murder of crows is eating eagerly. There are so many birds that I cannot see their prey from here. Why don't we take a closer look? Those crows are too vicious. Getting close would be dangerous. A garbage bin. Judging by the foul odor, I would say it has not been emptied in a fortnight. And here we have a door. It is latched from the inside. So since that's out of the way, the only way that we can get in is through the front doors, like how we're supposed to anyways. This is strange. Everything is silent, as if there was no one living here. I'm worried about Anthony. I have to find him. So we remove our clothes. Well, we're not naked or anything, but we take off our jacket and stuff. What have we got here? A note on the table. Dear Mr. Beechworth, due to the recent events, the situation has become unbearable for us, and much to our regret, we have no other choice but to leave. We will remain forever grateful for all these years in your service. God bless you, Mr. and Mrs. Brewer. I wonder what kind of events had occurred. What have we got here? A grandfather clock. It is the only sound around here. Let's continue exploring. As you can tell, this place is very lonely. That large window is wide open, letting the cold dusk air in. A machine that plays recorded music. I did not know that Anthony was such an enthusiast of new inventions. And this is their conception of what's new. Harp, harp, harp. I think a recording of sound or music can be played if an engraved cylinder or disc is inserted, but I see no such object in this device. Okay, the way that this dude talks, it's like as if he's Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. He's so quirky. Anyways, that was supposed to be a hint that you're supposed to find a disc for this thing. Moving on. A cabinet with glasses and some liquor bottles. There's also a matchbox. These matches could come in useful. Again, standard point-and-click adventure item. Let's get on out of here. So here we have one door. We can explore this area. A plate with some days-old leftovers. The kitchen stove and a cleaning cloth. Let's take it. Which, by the way, I'm not going to go through every single one of these things that you can examine, because that is kind of tedious. I'll just go through the important stuff. I have enlarged the door. So here we are, and we've got the crows again. But it seems like we still can't access them for now. So let's go back into the main hallway here. Now, as you can see, there are quite a few paintings. Obviously, I'm not going to go through all of them, but I am going to go through this one. The portrait is crooked. As if that wasn't an obvious enough hint, just click it 3 times and bam. An old rosary, a cord of beads with a solid wooden crucifix. We'll just take that for ourselves. And here we have another door. Let's explore. A wash basin and some toiletries. A lamp to light the way. Again, another very standard point-and-click adventure item. And since we've got matches, let's use that with our lamp. And bam, just like that, our lamp is now lit. And there is no time limit for it in this game. So here we have a note, or a diary rather. Master Anthony has made us get rid of our religious objects. What is going on with him? Luckily, I have found a place to hide my rosary. I cannot pray every night without it. Master Anthony has been complaining about Alfie. What would a simple cat do to him? He ordered us to keep him out of the house at all times. Still, I cannot let that poor thing starve. He is such a clever cat. Every time I open the window, he knows food is waiting for him. Anyway, I'm worried about Master Anthony. He is growing more and more unlike himself every day. Master Anthony is spending whole days locked inside his office. He wants us to leave him food at the door, but he barely eats anything. I'm really worried. So here we have that bowl that was implying that there was a cat once here. And we can also click on the window. The window is so dirty that I can barely see through to the outside. Let's open it then. And it doesn't really seem to do anything, so let's get a move on. It looks like the window frame is rotten. I would need some kind of cord to hold the window open. And this is where our rosary comes in. Pretty resourceful. It's a standard point-and-click adventure thing to get resourceful or to think a little bit outside the box, so nothing new. Anyways, now that we have our lamp, we can actually go into an area that would have been otherwise restricted to us, which is actually the upstairs area, as that place is unlit, which is just to the left from the front door. And you've got some eerie sound effects to make you feel all creepy and scare the bejesus out of you. Now that door over here is actually not accessible to us, and so is this. This is also boarded up, and you can't do anything about it because you need a special tool to be able to remove those nails. So let's head into this door, as it's the only one available to us. And what do we have here? A silver key. Obviously, we're gonna take that, and we just found our key that we need for another door in this house. Now there's this area right here that's peculiar. This window leads to a balcony shared with the adjacent room. I cannot open the latch. It is stuck. Perhaps I could do so using a small tool. Again, another point-and-click adventure theme to it. Because our character is just too damn weak to be able to just bust the damn door himself. Or maybe he's too polite. I mean, after all, this does take place in England, so... that's a thing there. As far as I understand, anyways. So now that we have our key, we can actually explore the area that's just a little bit further down the office. It's otherwise locked to us. I just love this Victorian-esque music. Very fitting for this game. And this was their idea of an office. Gross. Let's explore, though. And what do we have here? I think this is a slate disc record. The sleeve reads, "The Carnival of Venice." Let's take it. And let's explore a little further, and what do we have here? A slightly rusted iron crowbar. Let's take that as well. And that's a pretty standard weapon in a lot of point-and-click games as well that involves some violence. But this game doesn't really involve combat as a thing. So now that we have our record, why don't we play it? Sounds alright so far, for a record anyways. And now it's getting really messed up and really loud and really annoying. Maybe we should turn this damn thing off. It must be broken. I do not know how to make it stop. Well then, let's get the hell out of here. The music had abruptly stopped. Uh-oh. Why don't we go back into the room and find out what it is? Did that scare the bejesus out of some of you? That sound effect sure got to me when I first played this game. And look how frickin' messed up this is. This room is bloody red, with a bajillion crows in here. Talk about messed up. Let's get the hell out of here. And let's go back outside because that's where we saw a bunch of crows. And it turns out that it was precisely those crows, as there's just one left here in the blood. Let's have a look at it. A dying crow, not much life left in it. We can actually take that into our inventory, and this thing is actually animated and does actually screech. Poor thing. Anyways, that's all for today's episode, so in the next one, we'll continue exploring this messed up house. Until then, bye for now, everybody.